Hey, welcome back to Silence is Canceled. This is Sid McGregor here with Andrew Syed. And today we are just really excited because we are announcing the first ever campaign, fundraising campaign for AWAYTHRU. And it is called You Matter. And we're really just excited about it. Andrew, obviously, I want to ask you, why are we calling it You Matter? I mean, it seems obvious, but hey.
Well, Sid, thanks. Yeah, we're calling this You Matter because we're calling this a campaign that finally tells the truth. And the truth is that people matter, and there's people in our lives that matter to us. And sometimes we don't stop and pause and just say, hey, I just want to let you know that you matter to me. And so we want to express that to our loved ones, our family and friends, specifically. And we're hoping people sort of pick that up and take time to just tell the people that they care about that they matter to them. And so, yeah, it's a campaign just to spread some positivity, to spread the word and recognize it, especially those of us, sometimes we're feeling down, we're feeling depressed, we're going through stuff. We need to hear from people that, hey, I know things are tough, but you matter. And we also need to be more proactive in reaching out and telling people that are close to us, hey, you matter to me.
Yeah, I think there's especially during this sort of holiday time, I know that at least the statistic is that, depression and these things go really high. I think it just depends on your experience, obviously, but I think just in general, a thing that just makes me really excited about the campaign and as we've been thinking about it and hashing it over and trying to figure it out, is this my own sort of internal mindset of continually actually making myself think of, okay, why does this person matter to me? And then actually thinking about it, not just saying it and moving on, but like, yeah, this person is actually really like integral to life on a either a daily basis or maybe it's, like my mom who lives far away. So not like daily, but like, like your mom matters. Right. But do I ever say that in those words? I can't say that I do. So it's just that mindset change.
Yeah, there's power in simplicity, in the simple message, like just pausing. Hey, Sid, you matter to me. That does something for me to say it out loud, and I hope obviously it does something for you to receive it. And it doesn't need to be tagged with all these details, even on why and how and whatever. It's just, hey, you matter, and so we want to keep it simple that way, but powerful in that simple message. And we're hoping that to utilize the social media platforms for those positive messages, because obviously those platforms have been used so much in the last, I don't know, it seems like last forever now, just to spread a lot of negativity. And so, like we said, it's a campaign that finally tells the truth. And the truth is you matter.
Yeah. So how can people engage in this campaign with us?
So specifically, two ways. One is really simple. We want them to go to their own Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media platform, and record a message. That message can be video, or it can just be writing, and then reaching out to someone saying, hey, you matter. And we just want them to tag us at AWAYTHRU.org and let us know that way, and just spread it that way. So they can do that as few or as many times as they would like. For example, I can go to my own Facebook page, right? Hey, Sid McGregor, you matter. And then just tag at AWAYTHRU.org. And also we're inviting them to visit our website if they want to take another step and make a donation to the work of AWAYTHRU on behalf of someone that matters to them. So they can go to our website, AWAYTHRU.org, and a pop-up will appear and they can click on that. And there's pretty simple instructions, put their details in, and also write a little note to someone who matters to them and make a donation on their behalf. And that donation can be for any amount, from dollar to as high as someone wants to go.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. And that's, I can say, just as, we've had a few donations, come in that are in memory of somebody or in honor of somebody.
mm-hmm.
And it just carries this weight when you read that attached to a donation. It just,
well, obviously we're working in the mental health space and the mental wellness space, and these are things that people struggle with. And one thing as we've gone through this first year of Way Through, no one has ever said to us, mental health, that's
who needs
that's
that?
not an issue. Yeah.
Everybody's fine.
Yeah. People have been really supportive in recognizing that if, struggles mentally and emotionally haven't touched them specifically, they know someone directly who it has touched them, and dealt with. And so, yeah, we see that with, I would say, almost all of our interactions on our website, and people that have been generous with their resources with us, of people are either thinking of themselves, which is a great thing in that context, or thinking of others close to them that somewhat, obviously some still in their lives, and obviously some that are no longer with us, that they've made those donations on behalf. And so, we want to, like I said, invite people to visit our website, check out the work we do, but also with this campaign, make a step, make a donation on behalf of someone that matters to that person.
Mm-hmm. One of the sort of primary things that Way Through does is we really are we're trying to open those doors and help people get access to mental health services, and also just to be okay with wanting to be emotionally stronger and mentally better. And we know, as people who've used those services and have have a lot of people around us, that access to those services is sometimes not there, and also the sort of even stigmas that can block, I think, people from even getting that help, even if they do have access to it, are also real. And I know that those are some of the things that we're really focused on, especially with this campaign of you matter. Like it's important that you're well, because we, those of us who are in your life, like, we need you to be the best you can be. And also, at least for me, I have a hard time with this. And that's even accepting the fact that, and I don't want to like spin this too far, but the fact that I matter, and like owning that, right, and seeing, okay, I actually matter to some people, and that's important.
But I don't think that's a spin too far, Sid. I've shared my story in detail on this podcast and in other places in the past. And when I was at my lowest, like, the biggest struggle in my brain and my body was, I don't matter to anyone or anything out there. And that sort of self-isolation was taking me down a very dangerous path. And it really wasn't until I could somehow mentally process, wait, I do matter, at least to, my two sons, that started there, and there's people in my life that do care about me. And it wasn't, I'll be honest, it wasn't very many people that stepped up and in their own words said, hey, Andrew, get through this, you matter. It's just a very, very small select handful, but that was enough to then me sort of stepping through that. And when some of us, when we're in that deep, dark cave of struggle, our brains can really be our own worst enemy and isolate us and say, man, you don't really matter to anyone. You're alone. You're by yourself. And it's just not true. And that's why we say, hey, you matter. This is a campaign that tells the truth. And the truth is, you matter. And that is true, I believe, with every human being out there. And we just need to be better at both receiving, as you mentioned, but also giving out that message.
I know people will ask, and of course they will wonder, okay, so this is great. I totally believe in it. I'm going to post this message and I'm going to donate. What are some of the other sort of ways that AWAYTHRU is going to use these funds to keep doing this?
Well, you mentioned access and to services, and a core of what we do is provide people who do not have resources to get mental health services with those actual services. So the funding that comes in builds our systems and builds our ability to do that. And also the stigma that you mentioned, it gives us more platforms to tell stories and to sort of to normalize conversations around mental wellness and mental health, emotional wellness, emotional health. And that is important too. So yeah, it supports the systems of AWAYTHRU, supports people getting the help they need, us doing a better job. And I mean, when I say us, collectively, us doing a better job at raising the level of awareness and action and advocacy around getting better mental health care for anyone and everyone who wants it and needs it. And that's what we're up to. And we're excited about 2022 growing and reaching more and more places and spaces, and closing the gap between health and the people that need access to that health.
Yeah. And one of the things that I think we are focusing on, that I think is obviously because we're doing it right now, but we have this sort of core value of belief in that stories and storytelling, and just sharing real stories and telling the truth, like you matter. That these are the things that help people almost the most, as far as just taking those steps or connecting the dots or whatever. And it might seem that maybe two guys just hanging out and having a conversation is kind of like a really simple thing, but there's I know I hear this shared a lot, and it's always important for me. But there's so much that like goes into just creating these stories and making sure that we're able to consistently bring these conversations. And that's another, I think, just very high value source that also funding kind of helps curate, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, we are a society, a culture of people, I think, that really gravitates toward story. And that's why we watch movies and binge out on Netflix and TV shows and whatnot, is because we're drawn toward great stories. And you can think of fairy tales and all the different stories out there that we love and gravitate towards. Here at AWAYTHRU, our stories are authentic and they're real. And I think, when we are able to tell our stories, it helps both us because we recognize, hey, I do have a story to tell. And I think obviously it can help other people because they might find themselves at some point in that story. And so for us, building, a podcast platform, building video platforms that we're able to sort of get these stories out so that other people can go, hey, wow, I'm in a really dark place, but you know what? I'm not alone. Andrew was there. Sid is there. Chris has been there, whatever. Jackie has her story. All of us, we share stories, not for our own sort of self self-engrossment, but to just say, hey, you know what, I've been in that hole too, and maybe we can help, and that's important.
So this campaign is officially launching on November 26th, the day of Thanksgiving, correct?
That is right. That's the day everybody's express their gratitude, and all of a sudden they're going out to shop or something, right?
Yeah.
But we want them also to take that day and take a few minutes and start, just over a month long of, hey, you matter. You matter to me, you matter to family, whatever. And so, yeah, November 26th, that's a Friday. We'll go all the way through December 31st. And again, we're hoping people will post on their platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, YouTube, if they'd like. Just tag us, AWAYTHRU.org, or go to our website, AWAYTHRU.org, and make a donation on behalf of someone they care about.
All right. Thanks for listening again to this podcast, Silence is Canceled. Again, my name is Sid McGregor, here with Andrew Syed, two of the co-founders of AWAYTHRU. And just like the campaign, and just like I like to finish all of these podcast episodes, take care of yourself and let those around you know that they matter. And please visit us at awaythru.org and know that there's always a way through. And we'll talk to you next time.